Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to the What Am I Even Doing podcast. I'm your host, Kenzie, as always, and we're back for 2 weeks in a row, you guys. This is a world record. Well, this is a record of the last 7 months. Now, I know I came back mm, after 5 months for like 3 episodes. We're gonna beat that this time. I can feel it in my bones. Well, I'm bringing it back to like the very beginning here, and I want to introduce my beverage. I used to do this like when I very first started filming, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring it back. One, because we all need to remember to drink water, and two, I have this really cute cup that I need everyone to acknowledge. So anybody that is listening audio right now, make sure you come back and check it out. It's got like these little boho ghosts on it. Oh, it focused. There we go. Anyways, just water today, maybe coffee next time or wine. Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. So I'm going to take a couple sips of this. It's your reminder to drink your water. I know it's harder when the weather gets colder, at least it is for me. All right. Well, yeah, welcome back. Hey, how's your week been? Sometimes I wish you guys could answer me when I say that because it'd be nice. But you know what? It's fine because I can talk to you about it later after it's posted. Um, I'm gonna need everybody to tell me how they like my hair. So I've done it. Now I've had bangs for a while, but last week you wouldn't have known because I put them up. You would know if you follow me on Instagram. Link in the bio. Anyways, I won't spend too long plugging my other socials because I do that too much. I notice like as I'm editing back, and I'm very sorry for that. Today I've got kind of a long one. I could be long if I get into too many like backstory about me kind of thing. And we all know I have a podcast that I run by myself, so I probably love talking about myself, right? But editing my own voice talking about me for like an hour and a half is a lot sometimes. So we'll try and keep this, I was going to say brief, but I've been told by so many of you guys, so you guys want to have longer podcasts. Give us longer shows because I was only doing like 30 minutes. So, anyways, that was a huge rant for no reason. So this week, just give you a little recap. Okay, I wanted to say thank you for the warm welcome back. You guys have been so awesome. And I've gotten a lot of good, just like positive feedback from everybody. And that's been like in my personal life and on social media. So I just appreciate the welcome and also the acceptance back into your guys' days, into your weeks, into your lives. I know I've been gone. We're working on it. So anyways, I just want to say thank you and also welcome for anybody that is new. Um, but anyways, this week I've been kind of like hibernating, I want to say. Yeah, I've been hibernating because this next week is going to be a little crazy. I have to work a lot, and it's because next weekend is wedding weekend. My baby brother is getting married, you guys. So there's like a lot of prep for that going on. We've got family coming in and stuff. Like, I'm gonna be gone from my house the entire weekend, and I usually am not like that. Like, I'm kind of a subtle homebody. I like to go and I like to hang out with people, but there is nothing like coming home to your bed at the end of the day. I'm gonna be super honest. And like my animals, coming home to them is fantastic at the end of the day. So sometimes I would just rather stay at home. So it'll be kind of weird to be gone for that many days, but it's like a mini vacay, you know what I mean? So I'm excited. It's like a staycation. And it's also like, why not be gone? But I'm gonna have to be out of town at the venue for 2 out of the 3 days that I'm off. So yeah. Um anyways, so that's been kind of my vibe is just like hibernation because I'm about to have some craziness and I need to rest my brain before that, which is like so weird because I I didn't have therapy this week. And that would have been nice kind of, but I'll have therapy in the middle of this next week and so that'll work out. And it'll be before the wedding. I'll be able to air all my shit out, you know what I mean? So Um, I this week I've really gotten into like this idea of yard work, and I strongly believe that I'm gonna do it, but I haven't. I was supposed to use so okay, backstory. This on my weekend. So my weekend is Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Hence me posting on Thursdays. It's just kind of the way that it works for me. But anyway, so on my weekend, this weekend, I was gonna go out of town, and then the weather was shitty, and I wanted to do one last camping trip, and whoa, there's a very fat blue jay right outside my window. Okay, bye. Anyway, um, yeah, I wanted to do like this just final camping trip getaway of the summer or whatever because the weather is starting to change, and that's totally fine with me because I can't freaking wait for fall. I can't wait for fall. Anyway, so the weather got shitty and I'm not good at camping in the rain. I know that some people can just like get by with doing it. I'm not one of those people. I've been rained out of campsites and like, oh, I can't cook now. And I'm a car camper anyways, but this time it was going to be a tent situation and I'm not doing it. So maybe I'm a pansy little baby back bitch, but I decided not to. Yeah. So we didn't go do that. Instead, I had it in my head that I was going to do this big yard work project that I was going to get like the bulk of it done um between Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, it hasn't happened. I've got a pretty big yard, I will say, but I've got like so many good plans for it, and I need to hold myself accountable. So this is me trying to do that and also asking for help because I know a lot of you guys know me personally, so help me. Um, help me to get my yard work done before it snows. That's my biggest thing. I want to get it done before it snows so it's ready for the summertime for me to throw some clover seed and some wildflowers and like build my there's like a pathway I want to build. I'm telling you guys I have this like huge crazy thing that I want to do, and I think I'm going to document the whole thing. Um and I might put it on Lemon 8 like a blog post instead of a vlog post, you know what I mean? Just with pictures and like story times or whatever. And yeah, I'm excited about that. So I just need to do it. So again, this is me trying to hold myself accountable for actually doing it. It's a big deal. It's also like kind of a fire hazard to have pine needles like everywhere. And I live in this wonderful state of Oregon that catches on fire every year. So I would like to not be part of the problem. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, you guys. But like I said, it did rain, and that's the reason why we couldn't go camping. But the thing is that like maybe this is why I didn't do the yard work thing because everything's slowed down inside of my nervous system when it rains. I think there's actually some science to this. Now, don't quote me on it because I haven't done my research, but I think that there's some science on it where it like calms your nervous system. And I'm just a really good example of that. I don't know. Yeah, so it's like for me the rain feels like a big huge cleanse, and it's not just a cleanse of myself or my mind or my heart, which it is, trust me, but it's also like a cleanse of like anywhere the rain touches. Okay, water is cleansing. I don't know who I'm trying to like um convince of this, but it's the truth. Okay, water is cleansing. So yeah, I feel like this last it was like Monday through Thursday is supposed to just be like cloudy and rainy. And I don't know if it's going to stay that way for longer, but that's just like the last time I looked at the weather. Um Funny that we're sitting here talking about the weather. Like okay. This is all I can come up with, I guess. No. Um it's important, you guys, okay? It's important to understand just how cleansing the rain can be. Go make tea, sit in your cozy blanket, read your cute book, or oh, side note, I don't know how many of you guys are Twilight buffs, fans. I don't know. Buffs? Is that a word? Is that how you say that? I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys are Twilight fans, but I am, and they're re-releasing those movies in I think November, and I'm starting to reread. I haven't started it yet. I want to start to reread the Twilight books because the first time around, I saw the first movie before reading the book. And so I want to read the book first. It's kind of like a little nostalgic thing. And then go to these midnight premieres again, except for not at midnight because I'm 30 and I can't do that anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I was up until like 4 a.m. yesterday. Just playing The Sims, you guys. I just get stuck on that fucking game. It's really ridiculous. Anyways, so that was a super huge side note, but because I want to curl up with my favorite book, and then right now it's going to be Twilight. So I actually don't know if I have a legit favorite book or not. I've got some books back here on this shelf. Not a whole lot of them. I used to have a lot more, but not anymore. Um anyway, so the rain. We're back to the rain, everybody. We're back to the rain. I think that, sorry, I could hear my dog walking down the hallway. I think that having the rain just like wash over my home feels like it's like washing all of the negativity out of my life and taking it down and just like reabsorbing and using that, like it's almost like turning the negative into the positive and just like then using it to it's using it to like feed the plants and the animals and like, you know what I mean. And then I was outside with my dog the other day and I saw this buck and he was like so small and he had already shed, he had like one antler that was shed and then the other side wasn't. And he was just staring at me and I was like, I feel like we just had a moment. And so, anyways, I'm just like really connecting with the little things. I think I talked about this last week. It's like separating from myself. It's almost like pulling myself back and connecting with the things around me. We talked about this already. If you want to hear about it, last episode. Moving on, okay. Anyways, total cleanse, feeling rejuvenated, ready to go into this really long fucking week of work, you guys. Keeping out for some content because I've got a couple ideas regarding that. Okay, actually just one. But anyways, moving on. This topic today is um not for really anybody that knows me, I guess. But I wanted to talk about, okay, one small side topic. I wanted to do a little bit of a get to know me for any of my newbies or anybody who thinks they know me but they haven't talked to me in 15 years. So like, you don't know me. I just flipped off the camera for anybody who was wanting to know that. Anyway, so as you know, my name is Kenzie and I am a podcaster or a self-proclaimed podcaster, I guess. My pronouns are she, her. For a minute there, I did think they were she, they, but then it didn't feel right anymore. So she, her it is. I'll let you know if it changes, I guess. um, so yeah, I was born and raised in beautiful Central Oregon, and I am a lash artist slash just esthetician for my dog is like chewing right outside my door. I don't think the mic will pick up on it, but that was funny. Anyway, slash esthetician for 3 years now, I believe. Um, yeah, 3 years. And I've just been doing lashes like the entire time. I've recently brought in some other stuff too. If you guys want to see or hear about any of that stuff, I do have an Instagram account that you can look at, but it's really only necessary for people who live in the area. Um, if you do, come see me, you know? Anyway, I started this podcast because I was going through a really hard time. For anybody who hasn't been watching from the beginning, which is the reason why I'm doing this, right? I started this podcast because I was going through a very big life change. I was engaged and then we broke up and it's now almost been like 2 years. So, um, and like, we're cool. We're friends. It's not a big deal. But, at the time I was struggling and I needed someone to talk to. And like, I don't know. I was starting to kind of like write things down, and I talked about this in my romanticizing my life video. I would like take my journal to coffee shops and film myself writing because I wanted it to look pretty for a video, and then it turns out that I was like therapizing myself in a way. And so starting this podcast really was like a way for me to talk to someone about how I was feeling and put it out there, and then also it's kind of like a timeline because I can go back and listen to those old episodes, which I haven't recently, so I should react to my first one. Would you guys wanna see that? Okay, maybe I'll do it. That'd be kind of interesting. And then I'll just give, like, a update. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write it down. Anyways, so where was I? What was I saying? Now I've forgotten. This is what my brain does all of the time. I never remember what the hell I'm saying. It just stops mid-sentence. Oh, so I didn't really have the idea at the time to kind of like have a timeline to go and look back at my growth, but it's just kind of turned into that. I'll look back at like my shorts and stuff, and I can already tell that like you can see, at least I can because I know myself really well, but I feel like if you know me well enough, you probably can see it. You can see when like the light is drained and when it comes back and when it goes away and when it comes back. Just in my eyes and in how I speak to you, and if I'm like rushed or like, I don't know, there's ways that you can just kind of tell, and also just like intuitively, I think. And so it turned into a timeline of my healing process, and it's just continued to be that way because I'm like consistently healing from other things. And so starting that, I started it because I was in a rough spot and going through a lot of change, and I just like needed somebody other than like, I don't know, I guess I just needed to go like outside of my circle, and this was the way that I could do it. um and honestly, like, making friends in your 30s, this is bringing in our first topic, you guys, or our actual big topic. Making friends in your 30s is hard. Making friends when you're out of high school is hard. If I'm being so for real. Yeah, making friends out of high school, I don't know, dude. It's like every day you go to school when you're in high school, right? Not when you're 30. I mean, you can go to school when you're 30, I guess, too, but I'm not. Um, so every day you go to school, think about, okay, I want everyone to close their eyes. Unless you're driving, please don't close your eyes. And picture yourself back when you were like 15, 16 years old, like going to school and seeing your friends and how exciting that was. Or there was a new kid in school and you just talked to them. But then you're going to see them every single day. Or you are the new kid in school and you see everyone that you go to school with every single day and all of the same classes. And then inevitably, somebody's going to end up talking to you, and maybe and this is my experience. Okay, my experience is inevitably somebody talks to me, and inevitably I will make friends. I'm a pretty outgoing kid. I was my whole life. So I think that has some to do with it for sure. But at the end of the day, being 30 and not having a place to go every single day to make new friends means you kind of get like super stuck in your own, like, in your own shit. And so, like, doing this podcast to begin with, when I was like trying to find something like outside of my circle, I needed something fresh and new and like something different to focus on. And I have been feeling like I'm trying to like find things in my, I'm trying to like find people in my life that I connect with like really, really well. And I have so many good friends. Like, I'm not talking about any of you guys. You guys are solid. You guys are my A1s. You guys are literally, I'm never letting you go. Um, like string theory, red string theory, I don't remember which one it's called, but like all the way, right? And I'm never like gonna move on from that. But I will say, I don't know, being like fine, how do I even say this? I'm like, oh, I have this whole thing outlined. I actually did an outline today, you guys. But it's almost like I'm like pressing pause on my life, and maybe this is me going to therapy and like I'm learning about my brain a lot and stuff, but it's like I pressed pause on my life and I'm like stepping outside. So like let's say we have the click remote, we press pause and we just like unpause ourselves and we step away and we look around. And I'm like, I love every single one of these people in this room, but I'm like, this sounds, there's so many bigger problems in the world. I'm like craving more. I mean, I guess. Um and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to crave more, okay? It's not. In hindsight, I'm like looking back at this and I'm like, maybe, maybe there's bigger things to think about here. My light keeps dying. Anyway, so I'm in a state of mind where like I wouldn't say I'm necessarily experiencing like a lot of loneliness because I have a lot of people around me, but that's that thing that people say like you can have 75 people around you and still feel like the loneliest bitch in the room. Sometimes I be feeling like that, okay? And I think it's because I get stuck in my head and I just need to like get out of it. But I get caught in like this everyday life and I'm like, what are we doing to make friends anymore? Like, I grew up in the age of the internet. So I know how social media works and all of that. But I also am in the generation where like it started right freaking now. You know what I mean? Like when we were younger, anybody who gets this, right? When we were younger, the internet like just like social media like just happened. Not the internet just happened, but social media just happened. Like there's so much of my childhood that I didn't have a cell phone. And when I did have a cell phone, it wasn't a smartphone. And like social media is all of a sudden like how we got all of these friends. But then again, at the same time, it's like it is not it's not like normal to have thousands and thousands of friends, especially close ones, I guess. I guess not like not normal. It's more like it's not common, at least among my people that I'm around. So maybe I'm just like being ridiculous, but like what are we doing? We're not I'm not getting on Bumble BFF, you guys. Maybe I should. I'm complaining about it. Maybe I should get on it. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever been on that app and what it looks like because I mean, I know what Bumble looks like and I think that it's the same way. But let me know how it works and if it's worked for you cuz I don't know, maybe you've met your best friend on there for like the last however many years that it's been around. I don't know. I don't know. I have a best friend. I have a lot of best friends, but I have not very many that live in the town that I'm in. And so in person conversations and like being around people um, is really important for like my recharge of my battery and that's why I'm kind of like seeking this stuff out um, but flipping the script, okay, i I do this podcast to connect with people. I've reconnected with people that I haven't talked to since high school. Hey, you know who you are. And I love you guys and it's like really cool to have that connection again, have that like back in my life, whether it be at long distance or not, and it is. so so it's like another adding to like my long distance friends, which is not a bad thing. But again, that in person, like let's go get coffee, let's go get a glass of wine, let's take go on a friend date and have dinner or a picnic or something. I don't know. So many of my friends have like kids. Like let's take you to the water or like go. I don't know, something. Just like go do something. Okay. I go do things with people right now, but I just like want to experience more out of my life. And I feel like I'm not doing that. And there's so many things that I do by myself. But I'm tired of doing them by myself now. So I am trying to remember to reach out to people. I want to create a safe space here for everybody to get to know everyone. And so if you ever want to, the comments are open. Um, there's connection waiting for you just right there in these comments, in my TikTok comments, on Lemon 8, on like my Instagram, like just connect with people. And I know I'm talking about like social media being like a hard place to really get the hang of connecting, but this is the age that we're in, right? We kind of have to like figure out how to do it. It's like the downside of being a millennial almost. Granted, I do like being a millennial. We get made fun of a lot, but I don't even care. Okay. We're cringy and I love it. Anyway, so yeah. Um, that brings me to like, okay, reconnecting with old friends and like how that can be intimidating. And also connecting with like new friends and how that can be intimidating. But dude, it's like hard. Like if I'm like to know that there's I'm friends with so many people on Facebook that I'm like, I used to talk to you every single day. I used to hang out with you every single day. Like we were very, very close. And now I see your whole like, I don't know, I see your life through the lens that you provide. And you see my life through the lens that I provide. And like I want deeper connection, you know? I want to get to know who you are now cuz I don't know, I have no idea who you are now. Like I said in the very beginning of this, if you haven't talked to me in the last 15 years, or 10 years, 2 years, 1 year, you don't fucking know me. You don't know me and I don't know you. And whether or not you know my name doesn't mean that you know me anymore. And so I want to know you again and I want you to know me. And I think that this podcast can be a good place for that to start. It's already started that for me, okay? It's already started that, which is really cool. But it is intimidating. It's intimidating at first because you're like examining your life. Um, and it seems as though it's under a microscope, but that's your perspective. And the person that you're talking to is probably doing the same fucking thing, okay? Um, we are all sitting here examining our lives under a microscope and retelling our stories to our people that we want to keep in our lives. And that's a beautiful thing. It really is. But don't, I mean, like, zoom out a little bit. Don't be so critical about your life and the things that you've done in it. And then when people tell their stories and they're like, oh, but like, yeah, this happened, it wasn't that big of a deal, or this happened, and like, let's just skate past that or whatever. No, I want to know those little details. I want to know the details of the camping trip you went on with your now husband when you guys were just dating. Like, I don't know. I want to know about all the things. And like those nitty-gritty personal details. That's what I'm saying, like, deeper connection is so key, and I have a lot of surface level connections right now. Not with the people that I like, listen, if I have a deeper connection with you, you know. But I have surface level connections with, like, so many people at this point, and I'm like, "Dude, I need to be able to go deeper," and I can only go deeper if it's a two-way street because then I'm like, "Oh, hey girl, you're oversharing." And then it's awkward for me. I don't know if it's awkward for everyone else, but it's awkward for me. So again, it's intimidating to reconnect with old friends because they do know you for who you used to be. And they probably know you really fucking well for who you used to be. And now you're so incredibly different. You're a whole different human being. So there's like also not only intimidation, but there's like this excitement that comes with that, right? Cuz like I said, we want deeper connection people. So yeah, it's exciting to connect with people on a deeper level like that. It's also intimidating to examine your life. There is a middle ground and you just have to like push through those things. And this is me looking in this camera and telling myself and you and anybody else around you that's listening, push through the intimidation because there is connection to be found and it's profound and beautiful. And I have done it before. So why is it so hard right now? I've done it when I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. Why is it so hard when I'm 30? I know the world expects so much more out of us now, and the world is such a scary place, and it's like really hard to trust anybody right now. I understand. And that's part of the problem. It's part of the problem. But at the same time, like, we know how to do it. We know how to make connections. And as human beings, like, dude, we crave it. Like, I know I've got introverts that I love. But, like, I mean, I'm like an introverted extrovert, I guess. Like, I would rather be at home, but, like, I'm gonna go when I go hang out with people, I'm pretty extroverted, I guess. But, let me know. Let me know how you introverts feel about connection, and if you feel as though you need that, or if you're like, "Nah, like, I'm good. I'm doing my own thing over here. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody but who I've already got." So maybe that's the case, and maybe I'm a little bit different. We're all going to have our own story, and that's what's so incredible about this life that we are living, you guys. Everybody has their own story, and I want to know all of them. Maybe I'm just really nosy. Maybe I would be a good friend, a nosy one. but I would be a good friend. Um, anyways, so at this time, I'm trying to remember that I have a phone not just for scrolling. I'm so bad at texting people back. Like, I wish I could tell you. I have my computer open right now, and this is not even an accurate depiction of how many unread messages I have, but it says 284. And I think I actually have more than that. I don't know when the fuck I stopped opening messages. I think it was like sometime during COVID. I don't know. But I just stopped opening them. And then there's like obviously like there's the ones that are spam texts that I just don't open, I forget about, or there's like I don't know, subscription texts and like things like that. Like, oh, here's your code to your verification code and all that stuff. This is all of that stuff aside. Yes, they are part of that unread, but like that can't be all of them. Like there's so that's a huge number. That's a huge number. I don't even remember it getting over 100 and all of a sudden it's almost at 3. That's crazy. How many connections am I missing just because I'm using my phone to scroll and sit on social media and look at people's lives instead of talking to them about them? Hello? What are we doing? We were given the gift of technology and communication and we put them together and we're not using them right. um we have what you see on social media is not real. At the end of the day, it's not real. What you're seeing right now if you're on the video is not even real. This is the one wall of the room that I'm in. You have no idea what's going on around me. You have no idea what's going on the bottom half of my body that I'm wearing sweatpants and I'm super cozy today. You don't know any of that stuff because I choose what I show you. Now, obviously, you choose what you tell people, but when you're in person and you can catch a vibe and you're like making connections or not even in person at all, using your phone like it's supposed to be used for communication rather than just social media and scrolling and like wishing you had that influencer's life, then 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 we would know more than just this lens if we would just like I know so many people that don't want to get on a phone call are like, dude, we have FaceTime. We have FaceTime. We had Skype back in the day. I used to sit on Skype with my friends for so many hours. So many hours. And now I FaceTime like, I don't know, some of my family and one or two of my friends every now and again. Yo, we have the means of communication and we just simply do not use it. So, me sitting here saying that I'm in this like area of my life where I feel like the loneliest bitch in the room, even when I have people surrounding me, I'm not taking advantage of my communication stick. Like, come on. My roommate calls it an entertainment stick. And yes, it is that too. It is 100. We walk around with mini computers in our pockets, but a mini computer can also make a phone call. Like it's a mini computer and also a telephone. So I am reminding myself again, this whole episode right now, and also I guess this show is about reminding myself of these things and in turn reminding you. So, um, if I'm one of your people in your phone that you're like, oh, I don't really talk to Kenzie, but I have her phone number, text me. Text me and let's actually connect. Because those 284 unread text messages that I have, they have to go away. They have to go away. It's disgusting. It really is. I hate it. I don't want to be this anymore. So pick up your damn phone and talk to your people. Talk to your people. By the way, so everyone's aware, my friends, and all of you guys are my friends, at least I want you to be, my friends call me Kens. So as I said in the beginning, my name is Kenzie. But if you know me, my name is Kens. Even my niece, who started kindergarten this week. Congratulations, baby girl. Calls me her Auntie Kens or her Aunt Kens. So, if you have my number and you haven't reached out to me in a while, and I'm going to do this too, okay? If you have my number and you haven't reached out to me in a while, or you have me on Snap or on Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is, if you have the means of communicating with me and you feel like you want to, call me Ken's, and I'll know that you're listening. I'll know that you want to be a part of my life for real, for serious, okay, you guys? Because I, for serious, want to be a part of yours. I feel like Uncle Sam. I want you. What is that? That's the Beatles. Yeah. So, anyways, that's our episode. That's me talking at you guys about connection with people and friends and things and all of the stuff. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be outlining probably every single podcast episode now because I've done some research on my own self, and I just do so much better when I have like an outline of what I want to talk about. So anyways, that's it, you guys. Next week, I think I will have my BPD episode up for you guys. I don't know for sure. Listen, I'm nervous to put that out there. BPD is one of those things where it's super stigmatized. Is that the word? There's like a huge ridiculous reputation behind it that is just not real. And um I want to put my personal experience out there cuz I just want to make sure that anybody who has like the same subtype of BPD that I do knows that they're not alone and that they have somebody they can talk to, again, with connection and all of that. So I will be putting it out there. I am nervous. Hopefully you guys are going to see that either next week or the week after that. We'll see. I do have a huge busy week next week, so we'll see if I can pump out a big episode like that or not. I think probably I could, but I do want to give you guys a little trigger warning because I don't really know exactly what I'm going to talk about in it, but there's probably going to be talk of trauma and my personal experience with it. We're digging into my brain. That's really that's the end of that. We're digging into my brain. So, anyways, it was so good speaking with you guys today. So good speaking with you guys today. Who the fuck am I? It was so good to talk to everybody today. And I feel like I need to drink more water and my voice is starting to go away. So, I will see you guys very soon. Yeah. Comment, rate, subscribe, like, follow, all of the things. All the links are down below. Follow me on Lemonade because I'm really, really into that app lately. So that's a new space. And yeah, love ya. Bye.